touched on a few of them, but what would you say are the biggest roadblocks when it comes to financial roadblocks for catalysts?
Well, I think the first one is, like I said, not all people show up this way, but so many catalysts are really driven by something a little bit more intrinsic than titles or ego or money or whatever. And so I think one is just sort of, unblocking that or decoupling that and saying, like we just said, actually it becomes an enabler. And I think also the more that we can show them the concrete sort of inflection points possible at their life. Like if you had total freedom to do whatever you needed to do to move that thing forward, what would that feel like? And then walking them back about like how they would get there, and financial, that financial piece being part of that conversation. It's not just the financial piece. A lot of other things have to be in play. Like
the whole vision.
Yeah, exactly. And your confidence in the identity. But the money part is the part that's talked about the least, really, I think, in the change agent community. And so we need to bring that up. In terms of other blockers, I mean, there probably is also, again, speaking in sort of stereotypical terms, but there probably also is just a lack of skill or training in this community. Because again, if you're not driven by it, if it hasn't made it to the top of your priority list, if you've always been focusing on your self-development in other areas, you might actually start to recognize everything that we're talking about is true, but might not have the skills to get there. And I think companies, large corporates in particular, have done a good job of sort of like making you opt out of doing a 401k and like setting up some of the plans by default. So if it's never been top of mind, at least, there's some support there. It may be minimal, but so I think, there is a call to action to find these catalysts and support them for sure.
But if you're a solopreneur or a small shop and your company isn't setting up a 401k to just have you opted in,
then finding people, right? I mean, this is the thing that catalysts, once it comes to their attention, getting the clarity and then just finding the support. So it's like, I know I'm a terrible marketer, so I go and find someone to market to me. And I think helping catalysts, I mean, this is like anyone, right? But helping catalysts realize you don't have to do all the things. You just have to have enough to have, like with the conversation that we had, right? Like, do you want to coach? Yes, I want to coach. I'm going to go execute on that and make it happen. And you never know where it will take you.
And you never know. Exactly.